What up, world? Jay from Miller World here, man. And I wanted to discuss something with y'all, man. I want to talk about how important it is for the black man to have a backbone and willingness to speak up and stand up for himself, and why it's so important, especially black men with families. We all got kids to take care of. A lot of us got kids to tend to, families to tend to, and it's important that you stand up for yourself for the simple fact of you don't want to walk away from situations saying I should have did or I should have said or I could have said. That's the worst thing for a person, any person, but black men specifically. We deal with so much on a regular basis that the one thing we should have in this world is our word, and the second thing is our backbone. You can't be spineless in this world, man. Hell no. There's no room for people like that. You know what I'm saying? As black men, we have to get our point across to where you understand where I'm coming from and I understand where you coming from, and we can come to some type of agreement or agree to disagree. But I can walk away feeling whole, feeling like I didn't leave nothing on the table, feeling like I stood up for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times in work environments or just outside, period, you may get tried. Bullying don't stop in high school and elementary. No, this goes on to in the work field and up until you, Lord knows how old. But you have to have that wherewithal and that mindset to stay resilient, and on top of that, stand up for yourself to where people know eventually, okay, I'm not gonna try him. You know what I mean? Because that's all it really takes. When it comes to that bully mentality or people who just like to push people's buttons, period. The one thing that you can have on your side is that once I check the situation at the door, right there, I probably won't have to deal with it anymore. But if you walk away from a situation knowing that you should have did something or said something, then it's going to be heavy on your mind. And when it's heavy on your mind, if you go home to your family or you go to any type of place of that's supposed to be where you can relax your mind, it's going to be heavy on you, and you might take it out on people that love you. You know what I mean? If you're not standing up for yourself out there in that world. So stand your ground, speak your mind, do the due diligence of analyzing the situation, reading the room, and getting your point across. And even without having to be violent. A lot of the times the stereotype with black men is what? Oh, we loud and aggressive and we don't know how to express ourselves. So we act out physically. We gotta attack. And that actually is bullshit, man. That's not the description of black men at all. No, black men are highly intelligent. Black men are very, very much capable of getting their point across without resorting to that. So that's my message, man. We got to stand up for ourselves, man. If you think of yourself as this man, the one thing you have to have is a backbone. You know what I'm saying? You can't let people break you. Hell no. Speak your mind. Stand up for yourself. It's okay. It's okay, even in the work field, to stand up for yourself. Get your point across without it being in violation, without it being a detriment to the company, a detriment to wherever you are. You can get your point across and walk away from that shit with your head held high, because that's probably not going to happen again. That little stunt that they tried to pull, that's probably not going to happen again. You know what I mean? And a lot of the times, on a greater scale, when you got evil people in this world that they literally are miserable motherfuckers, and what makes them happy is seeing people stoop to their level or be miserable with them. Man, you got to kill them motherfuckers with not with kindness. No, you can't kill them with kindness. No, no, no. Kill them with knowing that they can't try it again. Like, nah, that ain't gonna happen again. Nah, that's over with. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's just as as I'm going through this life, I'm realizing how important it is for you to speak your mind and stand up for yourself and to do what's right. You know, and sometimes doing what's right ain't gonna look good in a lot of people's eyes. It's easy to just cowtail, tuck your tail between your legs and just say, okay, I don't want no trouble. Nah, hell no. You know what? It's going to result to sometimes it's going to end up in confrontation to where you got to let a motherfucker know, like, man, no, I'm not having that. Work environment, outside world, no, you got to let a motherfucker know, like, you ain't trying that here. I'm going to check it right at the door. So I'm going to walk away from this situation and be like, look, I had a problem. It got resolved and it probably won't happen again. We have to have that mentality as black men. Those days of just go along to get along and I don't want no trouble, it's gonna be okay. Let leave it in the Lord's hand. Man, hell no, no. The Lord gave me a mind, He gave me intellect, intelligence, um, the freedom and right and feeling like I should speak my mind. That you know what? No, you should feel where I'm coming from. You're gonna hear where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? Let that be the message for today, man. Like I said, just stand your ground, man. It's a lot of shit in this world that'll try to break you. There's a lot of people in this world that's gonna try to break you. And you gotta let them know, no, I can take it. I'm mentally strong enough to take it. And also I'm mentally strong enough to come back at you if you try me. Stay blessed, stay beautiful. Jay from Mellow World here signing out.